I often get asked, do I need to wake up to pump if baby is sleeping longer overnight? This is really a loaded question and depends on your situation. And there's two sides that we have to consider. The first side is your milk storage capacity and your magic number, and the other side is why is baby sleeping longer? So let's talk about your side first. As we talked about in our other section, every human, every breast has a certain storage capacity, what amount of milk it can physically hold at any given time, and maintain its milk supply without running the risk of plugged ducts and mastitis or running the risk of seeing a drop in that milk supply. This is related to your magic number, how many milk removals in 24 hours you need to have in order to be able to maintain your supply, or how many you need to add to increase supply or to drop to decrease supply. So first, you really need to know your magic number. How much milk can your body hold at any given time? This will tell you, do you need to have those extra milk removals in order to keep your supply where it needs to be? We also want to know why your baby is sleeping longer. If your baby is naturally sleeping longer overnight, meaning no snoo where the bed is actually getting your baby to sleep longer than they naturally would, or some other type of bed crib that has the design to it marketed to get your baby to sleep longer. You're not swaddling them and doing some kind of sleep training method where you're trying to get them to sleep longer. When your baby's naturally sleeping on their own, they are telling you, I'm getting enough milk during my wake windows that I don't need to wake up to feed. When we're doing any kind of sleep intervention, you are increasing the risk that your baby won't get enough of your milk during those wake times, and you would actually want to pump to maintain your milk supply, again, based on your magic number. So let's say, for instance, you have a baby under 3 months that you have in a snoo and are sleep training. This baby normally would be taking 2 to 3 ounces every feeding, but is now sleeping through 2 or 3 of the wake windows at night. If you and your breast capacity have a regular typical breast storage capacity, or on the smaller end, where you can make anywhere from 1 to 4 ounces each pump session or feeding session, and you're getting your baby to sleep longer, not naturally, then yes, you are at a risk of having your supply drop for you sleeping longer overnight while baby's sleeping. So in that case, yes, you would want to get up in the middle of the night, 1, 2, 3 pump sessions, again, depending on how long you're getting your baby to sleep, to pump to maintain your milk supply. If you have a really large storage capacity, a robust supply, you can pump 5, 6, 7, 8 ounces in a pump session, and your baby is doing bigger, longer feedings during the day, you do have a higher chance of being able to sleep longer overnight without having to wake up to pump in order to maintain your milk supply. So typically, if your baby's naturally sleeping longer on their own and you have a fuller, higher milk supply, breast storage capacity, you have a lower magic number, you don't have to move as much milk in order to maintain your supply, you do not have to get up to pump. You can just let your body naturally regulate. Your baby and your body have an equal match. If you are intentionally sleep training your baby, if you have a lower storage capacity, meaning your body doesn't hold as much milk before seeing a drop in supply, and you have a higher magic number, meaning you have to empty that breast 8, 9, 10, 12 times in order to tell your body you need that milk, then the best practice would say wake up when baby is sleeping longer in order to be able to move that milk. This principle also applies if you have a night nanny or some other caregiver that is bottle feeding overnight. Typically, anytime the baby is being fed, you need to feed something. You either want to feed the baby directly to tell your body, I want that milk, or you want to feed your pump to again tell your body, I need that milk. So if you have a caregiver or a night nanny that is bottle feeding, yes, you would typically want to wake up to pump. Now, do you have to do it at exactly the moment that the baby is bottle feeding? No, this is where you can do a little bit of cheating to give yourself just a little bit of a longer sleep stretch. So let's say, for instance, you are directly feeding your baby at 7 p.m. and they go down for bed. You then want to go down for bed at 9, 9:30, 10, and your caregiver is feeding baby a bottle at 10, 10:30, 11. What you would do is you would pump before you want to go to bed, 9, 9:30, 10. So you have fed something. And then you would leave that milk for your caregiver for whenever baby is waking up. Then you can give yourself a 2, 3, 4, 5 hour sleep window, and then either get up for that next feeding and directly feed your baby, or get up to pump again if baby will be getting a bottle. It's very important to be telling your body that you want milk if breast milk is the goal. So you either really want to be directly breastfeeding or pumping. These principles really apply for the first 6 months. From 6 to 12 months, there are a little bit more leeway in this as baby is taking solid food, but in general, this is the rule and the principle that you want to know. You want to make sure that you know your magic number, your individual breast storage capacity, how much milk it can make and hold at any given time without seeing a fluctuation. And you want to know, why is your baby sleeping longer? Are they doing it on their own because they're getting enough milk during the rest of the day? Or are you intentionally getting your baby to sleep longer? Now you know.